Let's begin. Today is November 6th, 2024, and we're solving the Daily Turing Machine Puzzle. Today's puzzle uses the following 6 criteria cards. Criteria card 4, 6, 9, 13, 19, and 21. And the puzzle uses the blue verification cards. The code above is your way to get more information on today's puzzle by searching the code on turingmachine.info. Let's go solve. So in the grid above, we've got our 6 criteria cards. On the top row, we've got criteria card A, criteria card B, and criteria card C. On the bottom row, we've got criteria card D, criteria card E, and finally criteria card F. So criteria card A takes a look at our middle digit, the square digit, and the Turing Machine compares it to the number 4. So should the value of square be less than 4? Should it be equal to 4? Or should the value of square be greater than 4? Criteria card B, again, takes a look at our middle digit, but this time the Turing Machine will let us know whether its value is an even digit or an odd digit. Criteria card C will take a look at our 3-digit solution, and the Turing Machine will let us know how many 3s there are. Are there no 3s? Is there a single 3? Perhaps 2? Maybe even all 3 are 3. Criteria card D will take a look at our middle and last digits, square and circle, and compare them. So should the value of square be less than circle? Should they be equal? Or should the value of square be greater than circle? Criteria card E will take a look at our first and middle digits, triangle and square, add them up, and compare the sum to the number 6. So should the sum be less than 6? Should it be equal to 6? Or should the sum be greater than 6? And finally, criteria card F again takes a look at our 3-digit solution, but this time it'll let us know a little bit about its structure, so to speak. Specifically, there are 2 cases. The first case is that the solution has a pair, as in the example 131, or alternatively, there are no pairs, but there are 2 cases. One where all the digits are different, as in the example 134, or it could be that all the digits are the same, as in the example 222. And remember, the objective of today's puzzle is to find that unique 3-digit code that abides by all the 6 criteria cards we just discussed. And we're going to start off with an initial proposal of 314. So the first thing I think I'd like to test is criteria card B. Okay, so the Turing Machine does not approve of my choice for square. I did pick an odd 1, but since the Turing Machine does not approve of that, it's letting us know that square should actually be an even digit. So let's go ahead and type that up in our notes in section B. And we'll say that the solution, or actually I apologize, we should say that the square value is an even digit. Okay, and since it is even, that means we can go ahead and cross out the 3 odds. So crossing out 1, 3, and 5. Well, now that we've established that square is actually even, that makes criteria card A a little bit easier. We know that it's either going to be equal to 4 or less than 4. So perhaps maybe we should test something else. Let's see. We have an even. Let's go ahead and test criteria card E. Okay, so the Turing Machine does not approve of my choice. In criteria card E, we are adding the first 2 digits. So 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 is less than 6, but the Turing Machine does not approve of that. So it's letting us know that either the sum of the first two digits is equal to 6, or actually the sum of the first two digits is greater than 6. So let's go ahead and type that up again in our notes for section E. And again, that's the sum of triangle plus square is either equal to or greater than 6. Now, unfortunately, because the sum can be equal to 6, we really can't cross out anything, right? We can't cross out the 1. Well, let's see. Well, that is interesting. Square is even. Actually, you know what? I think we can cross out triangle 1, because if we add 1 to either 2 or 4, both of those sums would be less than 6. So actually, I take that back. We can cross out triangle 1. What about 2? Well, yeah, 2 I think is still valid, because you could always add it to 4 to give us 6. And obviously anything bigger can always be added to 4 to give us a sum that's greater than 6. So yeah, I think that might be it. Yeah, okay. So I think that's it for criteria card E. And so now, let's see. We have criteria card D, where we can be comparing square and circle. But I think I'm kind of leaning more towards, could there be a pair? Yeah, let's, this is a tricky one. Yeah, I'm not sure how I should approach this. We also have that criteria card, if there's a 3 or not. Yeah, let's go ahead and test criteria card F. Okay, so the Turing Machine does approve of my choice. Notice that my proposal 314 has no pairs, so the Turing Machine approves of that. So let's go ahead and type that up in our notes, and here we'll say that, yeah, the solution has no pairs. And let's see, of course we do have 2 possibilities, one where they're all different or they're all the same. So I don't think, because the only digits that are all intact, so to speak, are all 2s or all 4s. So let's see, what can we say about that? Well, let's see. If they're all 2s or all 4s, we obviously know that there aren't any 3s, but we've already we're in the middle of the game, so I don't know that really is helpful. Let's see. Well, yeah, I'm not sure. Well, I don't know, could we say, well, it can't be all 4s, because then that would mean that we would know what square is. Yeah, I'm not sure. I am leaning towards the fact that they'd be all different, but not sure. We'll just have to keep an eye on that. Okay, so let's see, anything else I think that does it for this round. We have completed our 3 Turing tests. Now we're going into the phase where we'll be discussing how to construct a good second round proposal. So notice that we did not test criteria card A comparing our middle digit to the number 4. Well, at this point we know it's either 4 or 2, which is a 50-50. We also did not test criteria card C, letting us know how many 3s there are. Well, at this point, I don't think you could have. I don't think you could have 3 3s or even 2 3s. I don't think you could have. So I think either the 3 is there or it's not. So that may be a 50-50. Let's see. Yeah, so I don't think you could have 3 3s because obviously that would reveal that square must be odd and making that card irrelevant. I believe if you had 2 3s, that would mean that you do have a pair, again making this card irrelevant. So I think either the 3 is there or it's not. So what else? Okay, so yeah, so we didn't test C and we did not test D, comparing the middle and last digits. And of course, technically criteria card E is still outstanding. We don't quite know if the sum is 6 or not. But at this stage, if it is equal to 6, the only possibility is that they are 2 and 4, and then circle, because I guess of uniqueness of having no pairs, circle must be odd at that point. And so either you have a 3 or you don't. And so let's see. I think that may be the safest path. Obviously, square will tell us which of the 2 evens we have in square, making our decision for triangle easier if the sum is 6. And then when we compare our value between square and circle, you could have a case where, yeah, square is smaller, indicating that it could be a 3 or a 5. And of course, criteria card C would let us know which one to pick. Or it could be that square is greater than circle, perhaps indicating that you have 1 and 3 to pick from. And again, criteria card C would let us narrow that choice. So for that fact, let's go and say we have, let's see, what can we do? Let's do 2 4 1. And let's see where that takes us. 2 4 1. And just to make sure, yeah, that middle digit is even. That sum is 6, which is one of our possibilities. And I'm choosing to say that there are all the digits are different in our no pair solution, which looks like that works. Okay, so yeah. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and retest criteria card E, the sum of 6. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so yes, the sum is 6. So let's go ahead and cross out the OR. And that would mean that the sum, the only way you can get that sum of 6 is if you had a 2 and a 4. So let's go ahead and cross out the 3 and 5 in triangle. And again, because of they are distinct, 2 and 4. That means that circle must be odd. It can't be a 2 or 4, so it must be odd. So let's go ahead and cross out the 2 and the 4 in circle. Okay. Let's see, what else? I'm trying to see, perhaps maybe we can deduce. Could we, if we tested criteria card D, can we deduce? Yeah, we may have to go to a third round, a quick third round. I'm trying to see if I can deduce. I don't think I can deduce. Let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead. Yeah, because there's no card about ordering the digits. So we can't really do that. So we really do need to test criteria card A to figure out which of the even digit square can be. So let's go ahead and test A. Okay, so I did not get it correct. In A, I for my square value, I chose 4. So it's not 4. It's obviously not greater than 4. So I'm going to deduce for criteria card A, I'm going to deduce that it should be less than 4. So let me go type that up. I'm going to deduce that square is less than 4, which means that basically square is 2. So let's go ahead and then cross out the 4 in square, leading us to then cross out the 2 in triangle, since we're trying to achieve a sum of 6. So far you got 4, 2, and let's see. Yeah, this is where it kind of gets tricky. I'm not sure if we can figure this out. So more than likely, again, the way the gameplay of Turing Machine is that more than likely it's not going to be 4, 2, 1, because then you avoid having to pick between 3 and 5. Right off the bat, you've already eliminated that if you think it's going to be a 1, which is unlikely. So I believe I'm going to deduce that square is actually smaller than circle, bypassing the 1. And so let me type that up. But this is kind of a bold, I think, decision on my part. It may be a little risky, but again, based on how gameplay happens in Turing Machine, I'm pretty confident that, yeah, square should be smaller than circle. So let me go ahead and type that up, and that is in section D. And I'm going to say that I'm going to deduce that, again, square should be smaller than circle. And again, the reason for that is, again, you need criteria card C has to have a purpose. So its purpose is to basically decide between 3 and 5 at this point. And so that means that deduction would cross out the 1 in circle. And so now I'm going to test criteria card C to identify whether it's a 3 or a 5 in circle. Okay, so it does approve of the fact that there should be 0 3s. So it does approve of that. So let's go ahead and type that up and say that the solution has no 3-digit. Okay, so let's go ahead and cross out the 3. And so again, based on this deduction that square should be smaller than circle, the solution seems to be 425. So let's go ahead and type that up. Okay, so we are deducing outright that again square should be smaller than circle. But let's do a quick review. So is our middle digit less than 4? Yeah, it's a 2. It is even. There are no 3s. That's correct. We're deducing that the middle is smaller than the circle, the last one. And the sum of the first two is 6, and there are no pairs. Okay, well, let's see if that deduction pays off. So let's go ahead and type up our solution of 425. And let's see how we did. Okay, yes, it did work out. Now, how do we do versus a Turing machine? Well, this puzzle uses 6 criteria cards, and we actually did do 6 tests. We just duplicated E, and we deduced outright D. So let's go ahead and let's see. First round we did B, E, F, and that was F was our only correct answer. And then we did A, C, E in the second round. And so let's see. Yeah, so B, E, F. So B and E were incorrect. F was correct. And then remember we deduced D, but I think A was incorrect. C was correct, and when we retested E, the sum of the first 2 digits, it was equal to 6. So let's see, how do we do? Okay, fantastic. So we did beat it by 1. Okay, well, I will admit that, again, understanding the gameplay, I did make this deduction for criteria card D, but, I wasn't too sure. And so it was a risk. But again, based on my experience on gameplay, we needed to give criteria card C a reason to choose. And so that's why I decided to cross out or make that deduction, crossing out circle 1, and then gave criteria card C the option of letting us know, did we have a 3 or a 5, an odd digit in circle? And it did pay off. Well, what about you? Have you ever come across a similar situation, and did you take that chance? And in this puzzle, what did you do? What criteria cards did you pick? And did you discover anything interesting? Please share that in the comments. If you liked the video, please do give it a thumbs up so that more people can find the channel. And of course, don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. Well, until next time, have a great one.